I hope you found what we've shared with you today interesting. We'd like to open the floor now for any questions you might have, and if you can speak loudly so the microphone here can pick you up. Yes, please.
Well, you've touched on the importance of networking, and I feel rewarded for having come today because I'm just beginning a PhD, and I thought maybe it's a little early to start thinking about it, but it's something in the back of my mind told me it wasn't too early. The challenge that I have, I don't have parents who ask me what I'm going to do with my degree, but I have a lot of people, including those within the department that I'm starting my PhD in. The other day I ran into someone, was probing casually, since she just completed her PhD, a few details out of her, and she asked me what I was going to do with it, so I was quite honest with her. I told her, I don't know, I have a clue yet, I'm flexible. I feel that when I'm speaking to the professors I'm working with, I can't exactly say, well, actually I'd like your job. I'm in a very small, what appears at first glance to be a very small field, and it sounds like what I would describe would be exactly their position. What I'm struggling with right now then is, when you are working, networking, what are your tips for that pithy paragraph that you're going to give that says, I'm flexible, but I'm not wishy-washy, I know what I want, but I don't necessarily want your job. For example, I'm not free to move at this point in my life. So how does one phrase those negatives? I can tell you what I don't want to do, just can't quite tell you what I do want to do. What tips can you give?
So who wants to respond? I'm good, but if someone else wants to go. I call it the elevator pitch. You've got 60 seconds to sell yourself.
Right.
And if you don't know yourself, you can't sell yourself. So, you understand what you don't like, so look at what you do like and talk about where you want to take those things and how you want to use what you're developing in your PhD to enhance those skills. So you want to marry what you're doing in your work with the skills you have and develop your skills. And be clear, if you don't understand who you are and what you want to do, you can't answer that question. But generally in any sort of social networking or, at a conference like this where you get to meet people, if you can't sell yourself, market yourself in 60 seconds, you can't get your point across, and they're going to move on to the next person. So you really got to think about it. I mean, you don't want it to be so practiced that it's, zoom and they don't get you. But make sure you talk about those essential things, that you're engaging and that you're interesting, and that, that's a little different, right? And she's thought about it. I like this person. She has a beautiful mind, and she knows who she is and what she wants. So you've got to put some thought into it, but you do have to know who you are and what the point is of what you're doing and why you're doing it and where you want to take it.
I could just add, when you're networking, it doesn't matter whether you're, in your area or your field of research. I mean, you might be at an opening ceremony for the museum or something like that. I think what's really handy is to be abreast of current affairs. So it doesn't hurt. I mean, you may not have a lot of time in the morning or in the evenings, but it doesn't hurt to figure out what's going on in the world, because that'll come in handy in your day, every day. And so I would say that would be, it comes in handy.
I've seen times when it has been to my detriment that I don't watch the news.
That's right.
When I started in a German department, and everyone says, "Well, you heard what Günter Grass just admitted," and I'm like, "No, I didn't. Oh no, I'm the only one in this room that didn't hear him admit that he was more in the war than he originally admitted." I totally, that's right on the running. I have to change my ways.